So this is probably the most intact old home site that we've come across in the woods on this adventure. And this is exactly what I've been looking for in the woods, hoping to find an actual standing old chimney. I absolutely love old chimneys in the woods, and I think it gives you more to look at and more to visualize than just an old foundation. Now, interesting to note is this foundation here. This means that this house was lived in really, really recently, because there was this concrete porch, I guess you could say, that was added to the house. That was another chimney right there. So there were two chimneys on this house. You can see where it's fallen, and it's fallen out this way. So this was a house with two chimneys. I just didn't recognize it as a chimney pile first off until I looked at it from that angle. But yeah, this home had two chimneys. And these are actually look like steps, fieldstone steps. Yeah, that's what that is. Some fieldstone steps to walk into the house. There's another fieldstone or foundation stone right there. One thing I think is interesting is how the outside of this chimney was lined with I guess that's cement, because a lot of times when we see these old fieldstone foundations, they are just bare fieldstone on the outside, but somebody did that at one point of the life of this house. And judging from the trash around the house, it was definitely used somewhat recently. Could have been used as a hunting cabin or something like that. But this updated front porch is pretty interesting to see. You can see it was actually made with cinder blocks. Just trying to make my way over here so we could actually walk up the steps. The vines got a hold of me. There we go. So just picture this, guys. Walking up these steps and onto this porch. And then we would step through the front door, which would be right here, and into this small house. And it wasn't a very large house at all, as you can see walking over here to the back steps into the house. It's not very big, but it did have two chimneys, so probably a two-room house. So we'll get our light on here and take a look up the chimney, although we can't see anything because it looks like a bird's made a nest right there. It's pretty interesting to stand here and imagine that 100, 150 years ago, or even almost 200 years ago, this was a house that provided warmth, shelter, and comfort for a family. And that's always what interests me, seeing these places that are now just in ruin. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing that old chimney, that old home site with us today. And as always, I find those places super fascinating. And especially, I always think about who built the house and who lived in the house, and the people stories that are lost of whose house that was and what their life was like. But also, it's interesting to see all the changes over the years, like the new porch that was added on, the concrete around the field stones on the outside. I also wonder who did that and who the last person was to live in that house and what their life was like. I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.